I was down in Florida with with a family that were clients of mine, people who I liked a lot. The president of the company was a few years older than I was at the time. That was 20 years ago. I was 50, and he had just suffered a stroke. He was a few years older than I was, but not much. He had just suffered a stroke and it was recovering, and it brought the family in to face their mortality. You know, and I ended up flying down to the family. Family had a compound down in Florida. Flew down there and worked with them for 2 or 3 days, and there were a lot of tears and a lot of acrimony, and it was a really horrible experience. When I left there, it was a clarification of all of the problems that I saw on a daily basis with clients. In this particular situation led me to try and figure out, you know, are there psychiatrists who specializes in this? Are there schools where they can learn how to deal with this? And there really was no answer that I could find. Until the perfect storm about a week after that. I was at a conference in Seattle, Washington, and met Patty Frischkoff from the University of Oregon. And she had started a family business forum. It was with that I thought, gee, we need to build this, and I don't really care whether it's too small. We need to have it here for businesses in this area.
Initially, it was Burke, me, and Craig. The three of us spent a fair amount of time researching other forums, talking about structure, talking about what's the best way to organize this thing.
So we did a little research, both by looking at family businesses, and we called some family business centers around the country to find out just how these things operated, because it looked like there were different models. And so indeed we came back and there were a number of different models, and we said, there's something here for us. We think it can benefit the college, we think it can benefit us as individual faculty members, conceivably with a line of research and some things we do in teaching. At the same time, it helps our outreach into the community, which was important to us.
It has two pieces. One is the members and the sponsors own it, but the university provides a neutral ground, a place where we add credibility to the endeavor.
Because ours was structured in such a way that the family businesses were owners in the organization. They were a key part of the organization.
We're a more inclusive kind of organization, and so because the universities tend to be inclusive, I think that lends an air to the Family Business Forum that this is a welcome place, this is a place to come.
Fortunately, there was an enormous amount of talent here at the school, and as you know, later on when we were able to add Sue to the mix, it really allowed it to blossom.
So we ended up starting off with 10 businesses. We were able to bring on 8 more by the spring of '96. We created an advisory board that would have some responsibilities for helping to get this thing organized. We set up a little bit of an infrastructure for it with the advisory board. We said we're going to hire somebody to actually be a director, a real director for part-time, and thanks to Dean Hartman at that time, we were able to make what was going to be a part-time position, a full-time position. We had 19 applicants for the position. We interviewed 3, and Sue Shearstead was the standout person who we decided was the person to become the director who was going to help make this thing something special.
I came from a family business that was started in 1881. It was into the 3rd generation when my father and my grandfather couldn't communicate with each other. They had totally different vision. So when we talked about the Wisconsin Family Business Forum and helping family businesses actually be successful and stay together and not ruin their families, it sounded like the right thing for me to do. It sounded perfect. So I was really excited to be able to apply and then to be hired.
For me, it's the value is gathering other friends, other people who I can share time with and be with, go on trips to Italy with, go skiing with, doing different things with. It's fun to share, and this has just provided more people to share with. It's been a ball.